Okay guys, we are going to play the Akron Golf Club. It's based out of Akron, Ohio. We are going to play all 18 holes. Let's go through the setup here real quick. 18 holes. We are going to do stroke play, double par, limited mulligans because we use these as practice rounds as well. We're going to have auto putt turned on, 10-foot give-me's. We'll play it at sea level like we usually do with the green speeds being fast. As always, we're going to play from the silver tees whenever I do these playthroughs. It's a 18-hole course. This is a par 70 though, so let's see how this goes today, guys. Swing has been kind of ironic ever since our last two rounds there on the simulator golf tour yesterday. So hopefully we got that stuff figured out so that this is not too much of an issue to watch. So let's see what we got here. The fairways look pretty narrow in this environment. So let's start off with our traditional 6-iron. Let's aim it this direction. See what happens here. See if we can get it down there. Chip up and just see what kind of day we're going to have. I have not swung a single 6-iron in my warm-up session today, so you guys know how that goes, right? We just probably say YOLO and see what happens. Alrighty, 6-iron off the tee box. Akron. This is a par 4, 284 yards. Okay, pulled it across my body. Hopefully it cuts back a little bit more. Okay, looks like we're going to be we might just have a look at it sitting right there on the left-hand side of the fairway. 138 yards left to the pin. That was a 148-yard drive with the 6-iron. As you guys know, that usually goes further than that, but let's just continue on. This is 138 yards, plays uphill 18. So we're going to take an 8-iron at this and see if we can get this on or near the green. Finished my simulator golf tour rounds yesterday. Was really happy with the auto putt tour, primarily the forward auto putt tour. Ended up in 5th place there. All right, let's go. 8-iron into the green. Use the contact, might go out to the right a little bit, which we want, get it away from the tree. Let's see if we're going to go up here. All right, just outside, so we're good here. Let's see if we can chip up. We're at the 58 degree for these little chips around the green. Let's see how this is going to behave today. We want to carry this about 20, 25 yards. We do have the 10-foot perimeter in place, the gimme, so anything in that box would be great. All right, 58 degree. Looking to carry this about 25 yards in there. Then let it run out. I did hit the ground before I hit it, so it's not going to go as far. That was my mistake. So that's going to 2-putt and give us a bogey right off the top. You see that carry, 10 yards? That was not a 10-yard backswing, so certainly messed up with that initial shot. Not too bad though. Let's just see, again, with all these courses that I shoot for you, I do try to shoot plus 10 or under. So in this situation, I'm looking to shoot an 80 or under for my final score. Since it is a par 70. We're going to take the 6-iron again, see if we can get that thing heated up. This is a par 5, but I don't think we're ready for the 3-wood yet. Plus, this is a very narrow green. I'm sorry, a very narrow fairway. So let's aim this right down the center. See if we can mess with the shot shape a little bit. Maybe take it out to the right and bring it back. Let's see. Let's go with the 6-iron. This is a par 5, 395 yards. It's good contact. I pulled across my body, so it's going to go, out to the left. I'm not making really good contact, I can tell you that. That just started yesterday. In my last round, I noticed that. So hopefully as we get warmer, these 6 irons will go a little further. We're going to stick with this club. I think we're going to be okay. I don't think we can punch it out that far with this out of the rough. We do have lie penalties on, so that does impact the ball flight and the amount of spin and the amount of distance we get out of it. So let's go with this 6 iron. Top that one, again, not making good contact, I'm telling you. That didn't even go anywhere. Try it again. Gotta get this under control, guys. Same club. Same path, same trajectory. Let's actually kick it over this direction a little bit just to give ourselves a little more fairway to play around with. That's a lot better contact. Good. Needed one. Alright, so that's actually our third shot, because we had a really, really poor second shot, if you guys saw it. That's going to leave us 110 into the pin, which 20 up, that's actually going to be pitching wedge, probably even a 9, just the way that this has been treating me today. I'm actually going to go with the 9, just because I haven't been really making good contact with the clubs. So let's see if we get this 9 up there. Save this par. He's got to land in the circle to do that. Great contact. There's a little bit of a pull across my body, but we should be good. Yep, we're on the backside. Kind of happy with that. Made better contact. Probably going to be at a +2 unless we drop it right in here. And by dropping it, I mean we have to hold it out to maintain a decent score here. Fifth shot, just a little chip's what we're looking for. That felt pretty good. See how far it runs out. Sit down. It's going to roll out in the circle. That's actually going to give us a double bogey, a bogey. Fifth, sixth, it might give us a double actually. So we might actually be at a +3 after this shot. It's a warm-up round again, guys, so bear with me. Let's see what our score is right now. +3. All right, all we can do is come back, right? 150 yards down, we're going to take that 6 iron, and make that contact we're looking for, bring it back over, 6 iron. That's the one. Finally starting to get this thing going. It's a good little drive down the middle. That is more like it. 170 from the 6 iron. Shoulders are getting loose. 149 left into the pin. That is going to be, there's water there as well, so we do not want to play around with this. 149, my 149 club is a 7 iron to take me 150. Really contemplating, let's see how far we hit that 6 iron. That was 170. Yeah, let's go ahead and hit the 7. Again, we got to have confidence in the clubs that are supposed to take us the distances we need to go. So we're going to hit the 7 iron. As always, focus on contact and get it down there. A little fat. Let's see if I cleared the water though. Nope. It's going to hit the tree. Oh, I got lucky. You see that kick out? So it actually kicked me away from the tree into an open area, giving me a shot to chip up there. 54 yards. Thinking we're going to go with the lob wedge. You guys know my love-hate relationship with this lob wedge and the SkyTrak, so I'm not going to speak too much about it. For some reason, it just has a problem picking up the lob wedge. Let's see if we can change that today. We want almost a full swing at it with this lob wedge because of the rough. So let's play it. Let's try to play a draw with this. See if we can get it up there. I'm happy with the contact. Let's see where it goes. Just on the right side of the left side of the green, trickles back. Probably a 2-putt for us. Probably going to give us another bogey, but slowly starting to make better contact. sitting at +4 already. Yeah, +4 through 4. So we've got a bogey on every single hole. A double actually on one of them. Still don't think it's time for the 3-wood. That's too much to play around with on the left-hand side. So we're going to take the 6-iron. Again, as we're getting warm, we're going to play the 3-wood. I do have most of the fans off. The only one that I have on is near my box that controls the video coming from the other room. And that does tend to get hot. 6-iron. I'm a little fat, so I'm going to need to adjust that. Pull it across my body as well. Guys, I'm going to take a mulligan on that. Not happy with that. I'm going to have to get this 6-iron figured out. For a year that I have an extremely long day on this course. Alright, 6-iron. Better contact. There we go. It's better. Went off to the right now that time, but that was me opening the club. Alright, let's go. I'm going to take another 6-iron at it from this distance. Really try to get that contact dialed in, because we're going to need it today. Not going to change the trajectory, going to leave it there. And look back, pull across my body, coming back. Yeah. Out of the rough, I mean, I'll take that. That was my second shot. Okay, we have 60 yards left. That's the same club we just hit. The lob wedge. Let's see if it's going to participate this time as well. So far so good with the first attempt. Alright, lob wedge, play the draw, see if we can land it on the green. Try to stop this bogey train. That's a great shot. Up in the air. There we go, just when you need it. Stop the bogey train. Alright. Got a par on that one, even though didn't take the mulligan to kind of save us, because I was not happy with that 6-iron. These golf balls from the fairway. Alright, what do we got here? 154 yard, par 3. Plays like 155. That's going to be our 7-iron, if we can get it. There's a bunker out there. Don't think it's going to be in play. But, we'll see. Because of the way I've been playing my 7, I'm going to aim it this way. In fact, I'm actually going to club up. You know what? I'm going to club up and try to play the... no, I'd rather be short and in front of it than not. So we'll aim at the bunker, just given the way that this club has been working. If it does fade out, then at least it will fade towards the pin, and we'll be just short. 7. Happy with contact. Ended up going straight. It's probably gonna be on the green. Just on the bottom side. That's okay. I was happy with the contact though. Now we have 16 yards to chip it up. Try to give us a par here. See if we can keep that bogey train from coming back. 16 yards. Let's go. Happy with that. Let's see if we got it there. Did it not read? Alright, didn't read. Try it again. That was a good chip, by the way. Not red. That should be okay. I might have had too much distance on it. Yeah, I felt it after I hit it. Just barely. Again, good contact. We'll work it out. I'm not going to give up. Still going to try to reach my goal of playing 10 or under. It'll be a little challenging though with this rough of a start. But I think we can do it if we get warmed up here. Alrighty. This is a par 4. I'm going to take the 6-iron again just to get warm. And then I'll pull the 3-wood out before too long. We do want to play this. I'm going to play it right over this tree if we can. Try to get it out here. That's the goal right there. get it in the air, and get it down towards the pin. So excited. Great contact. Right over the trees, right on the line we wanted. There we go. Now we're coming back around, hopefully. 165 yards left. I'm sorry, 93 yards left. Yesterday's outing with this club, that tended to be the approach wedge, which is our play here. I'd rather be on the green than to not to be underneath it for this one. Because if we get on the green, we're likely going to get a 2-putt, and it'll give us a par. So let's play this approach wedge. Hopefully put it on the green. Try to play the draw. That's our goal. With the contact, and see if we've got the distance. Pulled it across my body, but should be on the green. Oh, just on. Excellent shot right there, guys. Par. Starting to get it dialed back in. Had a bit of a Willy Wonka outing here yesterday. Keep talking about it. It's certainly still in my mind. Gotta learn how to leave that alone, right? Let it go. You've already done it. You've already played it. That tournament is over. The next one is beginning. 131. 129, 131. That's a 9-iron, actually, if we're starting to hit this pure. So we're going to take a 9-iron at it. Let's get this on the green. Excellent contact. Right at the pin. Can we get a bird? Didn't roll that. Won't roll out, but very happy with the contact. That's a par. Already on the 8th hole. That's really what I like about the SkyTrak courses, is you can chew through them pretty quickly. So we're going to play the Akron course today. Right after this, we're going to play the Albany course. That Hero Challenge was posted there a couple of weeks ago. This is in the Bahamas. I believe it's in Nassau Bay or somewhere around there. Very beautiful course. A lot of sand, some elevation change, but the cool part is when you get to watch and play alongside the professionals as they're playing the course. I tried to play from the black tees just to mimic, and it was not a good thing. I'll just tell you that. It was a bit of an eye-opener for me that I need to put some work in if I want to be messing around with that kind of stuff. This is a green light for us to go ahead and try the 3-wood, just because of its tendency to kind of open up to the right-hand side. So we're going to aim at this cart path with the 3-wood. See if we can make the contact. See if we can get close enough to hopefully make an approach to make an attempt for bird. First 3-wood of the day here, guys. Let's go. Happy with the contact. There's my shot. The little cut. Back to the center. Alrighty. Starting to get warmed up. 190. That's going to leave us something a little more manageable to get on the greens. So at 109, up 5, I think we're going to go ahead and take a pitching wedge at it. That might give us the best opportunity to get close to the pin. Pin's kind of in the center, so I'm okay if we fly it. Just want to try to stay on the green, though, with this shot. Pitching wedge. 109. Contact did pull across my body, so I'm going to have to remember that to turn my feet just a little bit. I'm going to be in the sand. Okay, we're going to be chipping out of the sand for our 3rd shot. I'll remember the next time to slightly adjust my feet for the pitching wedge. So I was a little more square with that. When I pulled across, it went to the left. On my next time that I have the pitching wedge, I'm going to slightly turn this direction so that when I finish my shot, it should end up in this upper right quadrant. And that'll be a better shot shape with the draw on it. 19 yards, 5 feet above me, so you've got to get this in the air to get it onto the green. 19 yards is it's pretty good little chip up there. I'm going to open the club face. That's going to hopefully get the ball up in the air. Strike down on the ball and see if we can shoot it up. Happy with that. Let's see if we cleared the lip. Did, and we're on. Excellent. That's a good recovery right there. And if you notice, we're right beside the pin, so I'll take that. I'll take that because of the drive with the 3-wood, and then the positioning with the pitching wedge was not bad. I got the distance, I just didn't get my direction right. Okay, guys, what do we have here? Par 4. Are we confident enough to stick with the 3-wood? I think we have to be. That's the only way we're going to try to get some of this score back. So again, you guys know my shot shape if you've watched a few of my videos. I know it looks awkward. I know I'm losing distance. I know I need to fix this, but this is my current game right now. This is what I have to play. I'm going to aim at the oak tree, the big oak tree right there in the front. Look to draw it, fade it back to the fairway, and then see if we can have a good approach into the green. Get a little fat, but I'm okay with the direction. There's a little cut. Should come away from the tree, back to the center. Again, this is my shot. This is my game. So it looks awkward to most of you guys who are actually play golf, and you're like, why are you pointing over there? Well, that's why. We got 134 yards left into the green. 136 is what it's playing. I'm going to go ahead and play a 9-iron. Again, I want to at least try to maintain bogey. I'm up par. Don't want to fly this. I think an 8-iron would actually go 140-ish and be on the outside. I have to be chipping in. So this, I believe, gives me the best opportunity to land on the green. Might be right in the front of it, but this is the best opportunity I have. 9-iron. 130. It's going to play like 141 though. But let's just go with this. We're already committed to it. Happy with the contact. Happy with the direction. Just under it. Okay, should have went with the recommendation of going with the 8. Okay, still under the hole, so we're chipping up. The 8 would have been a better call in that situation. We just got us deeper into the green. 25-yard chip. So taking a 58 degree at it, looking to bump this out, just let it go. Happy with that. See if we got it all the way there. Sit down. Nice. This 58 is really saving me today. That flew 23, rolled up to 26. That was a good recovery. Could have avoided all that by just landing on the green, but you know what? It's the way it goes sometimes. What do we got there? 343 yards. We're going to have to do the 3-wood again. This is really getting a little tight though over here on this side because of my shot shape. What does 160-ish look like? Take a 5-iron, cut it in half. I think we got to just try to get this 3-wood. We got to really start to dial this 3-wood in so the dispersion is not so wide. I'm going to tell you right now, that right-hand side is, left-hand side is really kind of messing with me visually. So, all right, let's just hit it straight. We don't have to worry about it, right? 3-wood off of the tee box. That should go slightly off to the right. Nice little cut. What was all that worrying about? Downhill, 170, 180. That's my game right now. Okay, what do we have? 20 left. Still got about 160 left. So that's going to certainly be a 158, 160. We're talking about 6-iron territory here. So we're going to play a 6-iron into the green. I want to try to keep it away from that bunker, but we're going to try to control that with the shot shape. Try to draw it. 6-iron. Happy with the contact. Very happy with the contact. Look at that. It's going to come back. Might be on the green. That's a great approach. I'll take that for par. Excellent. In terms of simulator golf career, I'm I'm basically going to play the Century. It's posted in, what is it? Oh man, here, let me think about this now. I think I talked about it earlier. It's in Hawaii, Kapalua, the plantation course. That's the next event that's up on the Simulator Golf Tour. It does follow the PGA schedule. That one, though, this year, the PGA just decided not to actually have it. It shows as canceled on the PGA's official website. So, but Simulator Golf Tour says, it doesn't matter. We're going to continue with it. So that'll be the next tour that I play in. Going to play all 4 of the events. So I'm going to play the Webb Auto Putt, the Forward, and the Forward Auto Putt tours. I'll record all of them, and then I'll just post the ones that are not too dreary to watch. Probably going to be the Forward tour because they go pretty quickly. Let's take the 3-wood, see if we can run it down there. Try to stay out of the trees, though. That's my only goal. I've moved contact, see how much spin we get out of that. Should be okay. Okay, excellent. We're going to be on the right side of the fairway, but we're ways down there, so this should be a very nice little approach shot for us. I think we're going to go with the sand wedge from this distance, which is 78 yards. Sand wedge, if I'm dialed in, will go 80, 90 yards. So that's what we're looking for here. We're looking for an 80-yard shot. The shot shape of the sand wedge is actually, it should go high, and it should come in, at a very sharp descent angle. So let's go with this. I'm going to open my body up just a little bit because this does tend to come across my body. Make sure that I follow through and hit the ball. Try to land it in this area in terms of when it hits the net. Just slightly off, but it's going to come across. Okay, I pulled it, but it's all right. It's going to end up being in that 80-yard section. Let's see what the total flight was. Probably 80 right on the dot. 78, I'll take it. Good news is, on the putt, we're par. So, we certainly turned around from the beginning. Looked like it was going to be a bit dreary. Well, we're okay. 148, plays like 152. Man, they're really putting these pins in some wild spots here. So we're going to aim at the center, 148, 150. That's going to be a 7-iron. So we're going to play a 7-iron. Maybe we're going to get a little bit of a fade off of it if we hit it straight, but contact is key here. We want to carry the bunker. I am happy with the contact. Didn't get as much cut as I wanted, but should be okay. We'll be chipping up from there. 21 yards out of the rough. This shot we just hit a few minutes ago, so let's see if we can do it again. 22, but out of the rough, so there's some penalty for that. All good, out of the rough. Let's see if we got it here. All good. This 58 has been saving me again. I'll just say it time and time again. That plug right there is working. When it works, it works. When it doesn't, whew, in for a doozy. So the cool thing is down here in South Texas, we had a really nice cool front blow through. So it is very bearable here in the simulator garage. I do plan on actually adding a mini split at some point before summer gets here, just in case I do want to play in here. But in 2026, I do have plans to make a golfus. So I want to put something in my backyard where I can move my actual office, my remote home office that I work out of every day. If I can move that into that golfus, I'll have everything pretty much set up there. So all of my streaming stuff, all of my studio equipment, so to speak, will be in there. And then, of course, my actual simulator. So looking to build out something a little more advanced in terms of the simulator experience itself, but in all honesty, guys, this is actually enough, and it's probably going to be what I'll have for at least the next 6 months. This will be the primary location you guys will see me work out of. Oh, I don't know if you noticed over here to the left-hand side of me, that's for my audience to sit down. So every major golf tournament has like a seating area, so that's what that is. Just kidding with you guys. The reason this is set up this way is because it's a multi-purpose garage, but my son actually hosts D&D for his college gaming team. They play here on Fridays, so I have to be able to tear this down, set it up for the D&D sessions, let them do their thing, and then when they leave, set it back up, complete my rounds. So that might be something you guys will be interested in as I start to have some of those knowledge sessions where I explain why I chose what I chose. That was one of my requirements. Here we go, 3 wood. See if it's working still. I believe it is. Felt pretty good. Nice little cut coming back, just off the tree line. Excellent. Another thing I think I mentioned in some of my previous streams when I was playing is, I mean, it does get pretty nice most of the year here in South Texas. So if it's sunny and cool with very low humidity, I'll just take this out and set it up on my back porch, play out there under the sun and the environment. Okay, what do you have, 160? I think we're going to go into the center. I believe we're going to go ahead and play a 6-iron from this location. You want to run it up. So my 7-iron could roll to 160, but it can't fly 160. My 6-iron can actually carry 160, so that's what we're looking for, 6-iron into this green. All right, here we go, guys, 6-iron. A little fat, but that might be okay. I'm happy with the shape, the direction. Gonna leave a little chip up. Gonna have to rely on the wedge again, which, I mean, getting all this wedge work in really helps. It is a bit of a different experience outdoors. You still have to contend with, the turf, the grass, whether it's a tight lie, meaning trying to hit off of really firm grass. So let's see here, 18 yards. Just a little less than what we hit earlier because this is in the fairway. Looking for about a quarter to a third of a swing to get it there. Want to follow through so we can get it in the air and running. A little flat, but let's see if that does it. Come on. Okay, the spin didn't hold. I hit it flat, that's why it rolled through. If I would have got a little more underneath it, it would have actually stopped in the circle. So, again, pros and cons of not making a good shot. Pro is I got it there. The con is I didn't get it there in the angle I wanted to get it there. The angle of approach, which is a metric that you'll see in some of these launch monitors. And that's basically the angle in which the ball is coming down into the green. So if I hit it flat, it's going to roll. If you bring it in at a more sharper angle, it's going to stop. When we're playing golf with my buddies, we just call that, we're throwing yard darts at the green at that point. And if you're old enough to know what yard darts is, then welcome to my world. Lucky you, you're a product of the 80s. All right, 280 yards. Nothing wrong with any other generations. You just happen to be the best. Okay, 270 yards. You guys, I hope you guys know I'm joking. Don't take me serious. Try to keep it away from that tree that's on the left-hand side. We want to kind of, I don't know, maybe get close to it, but we don't want it to go into the trees. We're going to give it a shot though with 3 wood. Seems to be doing okay. Just to get us down there so we have a less of an approach. After the contact, so go out to the right, I believe. Yep, that's a good little cut. I started that off a little more to the center just because I was afraid of that tree line. And we should be good. Going light rough, 87 yards out. That's basically my 90-yard club, but because we're playing out of the light rough, I'm going to go ahead and take the approach wedge. This is my 100-yard club. Again, I want to land in the green rather than be below it. Because then I have to rely on trusty old chipper to get us in there, so don't want to do that. Let's see if we can land it on the green and then walk away with par. I think we're at +5. Yeah, let's see if we can keep this score. Or better it. Approach wedge from 89 yards. Out of the light rough. Power is 95% though, so if you look there under the ball in pen view, that basically tells how much the semi-rough is going to put on this. So I'm only losing 5% of my club. I know that my sand wedge is a 90 yard. Let's not do this. Let's just go with 100 yard. So what I'm going with that is if I put a little more emphasis on my sand wedge, turn it into a 100 yard sand wedge, then that would be the perfect club. If I hit this approach wedge normal, this is the perfect club. So let's see what happens. Maybe all that jabber walking for nothing. Let's see. Dino DNA. That's what that is right there. Good shot. Really what that allowed me to do was take a more relaxed swing than to try to muscle the club up. When you try to muscle something up that you're really trying to hit harder, that's where your mechanics break down, because you're really emphasizing that. That's when you leave the club open, that's when you chunk it. When you're trying to make a club go further than it's normally intended with a regular swing. 140 yards, this is an 8-iron. We want to get it into the pin. We want to get it into the green, rather. Pin would be great, but we want to get it into the green primarily. So this is an 8-iron for us. Happy with the contact. Let's see if we have any cut to it. Very minimal cut to it. Should land in the green. Should be a par. Okay, that's 15 under our belt. 16, 17, 18. So we have 3 holes. Worst case scenario is we can bogey them all and still meet our objective. Best case is I'd really like to finish with this score or slightly under this. Okay. This is a par 5. Par 5s, when you run the silver tees, is a scoring opportunity if you can have a good drive out there, because you have a chance to reach the green in 2 with the silver tee set up. I'm going to aim this direction. I'm going to see if we can get it back to the center. And then see, I don't know if we're going to be able to give it a go. If you look at the flag in the upper north corner, you're going to see that there's actually some water right underneath the pin. So you're going to want to try to avoid that, anytime you basically can avoid water, especially because it's so close to the pin. You're not going to want to hit it. All right, see you later, man. Okay. All right. That is my Dungeons and Dragon player. All right, let's go. Let's see if we can make this hole maybe score. Let's see what happens. It's a little bit fat, but I think I'm okay with the shot shape. Yep. That should bring me back to a fairway. I'm on the right side that I want to be on. Catch that hill and run. Let's go. Keep going, keep going. Felt like there was more run out left on that. I don't know if you can see the elevation, but it seemed like there was more there. What I was trying to go with on the other one was, that's 279 left from here, but there's water in play. I'm not a PGA professional. I'm not a scratch player. Those guys, they'll go over that water and won't care about it. They'll be like, let's go. It doesn't matter. I'm going to lay up as close to the water as I can, knowing that this is a par 5. So for me, probably going to be a 6-iron, just to try to get it over that bunker into a better position. And then we would be at my optimal club level, club of choice, which is the approach wedge into the green. So that's our play. If we can get it 170, 175, I think we'll have a chance with the approach wedge. If it's a little under that, we're going to have to go with a pitching wedge or possibly a 9, just depending on how this 6-iron plays here in a second. All right, we're going to take a 6-iron. Try to shoot for 165, 170 off of this. Cut a little thin, but the direction should be okay. Good spin. I said we wanted 160 to 170. What does that look like? 169. I'll take it. 110 left. Okay. Down 6. This is where you really have to start pulling your math and pencil out. What do you feel comfortable doing? So, to reach this with an approach wedge, I would need a muscled up approach wedge. To reach this with an approach, with the pitching wedge, that's a normal swing. To just get it over the flag. Because my pitching wedge technically is going to go roughly 112. But to be safe, a 9-iron might be the actual play into this green. And the reason I say that is because that water, you do not want to be in that water. I do not want to be in that water and mess up this round. So I'm going to err on the side of caution. I'm going to take a 9-iron at it. And I don't care if I land in that bunker in the back. I just want to clear the water. So that's my only objective here. Clear the water. 9-iron. You guys know this is my 120 club, right? Might bite me, but might come back and just be like the wrong choice. So let's go. Didn't use all of my 9. Let's see if that was the better play. Sit down. I'm okay with that. So in the video, when I replay this back, I purposefully did not take the full swing at it. I tried to stop it about 3/4, slow it down, and drive it through. A little happier with that result because I know that I cleared the water. Now I do have some work to do with this sort of 58 degree. But if we can just land it in that circle, then this would be a well-played par 5 with that type of hazard in front of the green protecting it. So I want to fly this about 6-7 yards and let it roll out. So 6-7. My granddaughter, 6-7. Let's go. Had to get one in there. That's what we're aiming for. Let's see if we got it. Excellent. 6 is what we landed on. That's for you, little one. You know who I'm talking to. All right, here we go. 17th hole. We have another, that's par 4. It's out there. So let's take this 3-wood. Let's aim it at the tree line, the bunkers that are over here. Let's see if we can bring that back to the center. There are bunkers on both sides at this distance. So anything just short of that's good. Anything in the center is good. Par 4, we do want to be in the fairway to give us a chance to par this. You guys look at the top too, there's a bunker protecting the front of the green, so we want to make sure we have a club we can attack this pin with from a high angle of approach, rather than something we have to fly out like a 6-iron. So 3-wood. Get us there. A little bit on the weird side here. Yep, I came across that. Might have wrecked this hole a little bit depending on what my line looks like. I'm going to be under the tree, but I can punch it out. Doesn't look like I have anything in front of me. Let's just see what we have here in terms of, we're in deep rough though. Okay, the tree line's not going to be a problem. The problem's going to be just the fact that I'm in this really thick rough. So I'm going to have to take a 5-iron out of this, try to get it down there. Fortunately, I'm going to have to play it a little this direction, just because my 5-iron really likes to fade out. Focus here is contact. We want to try to get as far as we can down there, out of this nasty lie. So 5-iron, let's go. Very happy with that 5-iron. Skirting the tree line. Went from rough to rough. So was happy with the contact. I think I did clip a little bit of the overhand. Let's see, we have 86 yards left. out of the rough, up 14. That's going to be the call for the approach wedge. This is my 9,800 yard club. It is 87% of this. I'm actually going to go, let's see, it's 86 to the pin. Okay, let's play this approach wedge. We just want to be on the green. We don't necessarily, we actually do. Let's take this back. Let's think about this. We're at +4. We must have got a stroke back on one of those, probably the par 5. Okay, we can afford this. We just want to get on it. We don't necessarily need to land it in the pin. We just want to be on the green to 2 putt it max. So, approach wedge, try to flat 100 out of this thick stuff. Let's go. Did not read, and that was a great strike. I was just out of the red zone for the SkyTrak to pick up. Let's just repeat that shot. It would be a new point. Same shot, same setup, same result. Let's go. That's the one. Pulled it across my body, but where are we in terms of? That's the right distance. I just pulled it. Oh, you're killing me. But we're okay. If we can chip out of here into the circle, we would have saved ourselves at least just giving us one stroke here. We can chip out too, and we just keep, just walk on. How you're doing, Tim? We just shot this a second ago. The difference here is that I'm in the rough, the deep rough, not the semi-rough. So I'm gonna have to play this a little bit more. I'm gonna play it out to the left if I can, just slightly. We're looking to land in the circle, so we'll just mitigate the risk here. Happy with that, should be okay. There's the run out. Oh, you guys almost got a firework display, look at that. 0.04 inches away from the hole. That was a good one. That was a good one. Our mess up there was that we landed in the rough off of our drive, which complicated our second shot into the green. But I'm going to count that as a victory. We just lost one shot. 18th hole, +5. As long as we don't go +5 on this hole, we've met our objective. Dog out there? Barking? Hope it's not my dog. Alright, 180. Let's be good about this. Let's play the 5-iron. See if we can get as far as we can out there with the 5-iron. Then we'll have a pretty decent approach in. We can wrap this course up. 5-iron off the tee box. Ain't fat, but it should go straight. Ooh, I did not see that coming, guys. Alright. I think we're gonna mulligan that. Again, these sessions, they're designed to be entertaining. They're also the area that I warm up with, that I learn from. So in the back of my mind, I'll write that down, that yes, I did actually mulligan this, but I know I can make a better shot. So let's make that better shot now. And zero it out. Might have made the same exact shot. Hit it fat, that's what the problem was, but I'm going to leave this one in so we can navigate out of this rough, okay? I did feel like I hit the heel into the ground, so my shot shape was not right from my backswing through. 161, 158 from the rough. It's going to be a 6-iron out of here. Do make a little bit better contact with the 6-iron, but let's see where this goes. Just want to land it somewhere on the right-hand side. That's the objective. That's great contact. Hope that tree line didn't stop it. And it did. That was really good contact too. 86 yards, but that's what happens when you hit it into the rough. So I'm going to keep it in there for this viewing. Now we just made it a little more complicated for ourselves, because now we have to have another tree to contend with. This is why you really want to actually be in the fairway, right? So looks like it's 75 yards to the pin. Let's see here. We're at 3, so if we land on with 4, that'll putt us, maybe get us a bogey. We do want to clear the tree. I'm going to say that that's going to be my, out of this rough, I'm going to go ahead and take an approach wedge at it. Probably a little too much club, but I want to get it in the air. And hopefully that's my best opportunity. Might actually be a sand wedge. Okay. Changing my game plan here. Going with the sand wedge, trying to get it higher. Maybe clear that tree and then drop it in. You might get to hear me say yard darts. I'm going to do that if it drops into the white circle. I'm not worried about that because there's a tree right there. Ooh, look at that. I should have said 2 points because I made it right in that bunker. Okay. Going to complicate things. We're chipping out 4. Now we really want to land it in that circle from here. Again, I don't think we're at too much of a risk of going plus 10. But we are at least going to lose a stroke. And maybe finish at plus 6. 13 yards out of the bunker, 3 feet up. This is a pretty standard chip, so let's just see if we can get it up and down. Happy with that chip. Sit down. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Could have landed in the circle and stayed, but it didn't. That is going to give us, for our final score, let's take a look here. 5, so that's going to be a 6, that's plus 2. Yeah, so it's going to give us a 79 for our final score, which is kind of unique here. 77.03 we actually gave us. Okay, we'll take that. It was not an 80. 80 or under was our objective. And we did it, guys. So that was the Akron golf club in Akron, Ohio. Going to come back here and finish with another course in just a few minutes. So thanks for watching that one. I'll stop this video. I'll start another one up. We'll play Albany here in just a few minutes.